Hey guys, AJ here back with another one for you. So guys, I said it once and I'll say it again. Guys, the only thing more pathetic than a 25-year-old chick whining on TikTok about dating is a 55-year-old chick on TikTok whining about dating. Hey guys, we live in a time where 55-year-old chicks, 45-year-old chicks, 65-year-old chicks are all competing for all the same guys, 20-year-old chicks. Can you imagine being on a dating app and a bunch of old chicks are trying to talk to you? Or even worse, being in the bar and some shriveled up old chick jumps on you like that dude from RoboCop?
Don't touch me, man!
Oh man, so guys, we're gonna go back to the dumpster fire known as TikTok. Look at some 50-year-old chicks whining about dating, just like they're in their 20s. But before we do, like, subscribe, drop a comment, guys. Check out my second channel. Join my Discord, guys. Check out my locals, and let's get into this.
And I don't know, is this what happens when you're dating in your 50s? Like,
Look at that.
I don't remember it being this hard. Okay, so I made plans for us to go to this concert. It's an Oingo Boingo gathering locally. And I asked him if he wanted to go. It's for next Friday. And he said, yes, I do. I want to go. So I got us tickets to go with another couple, 4 people. So last night he tells me, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to go because I have the kids on Saturday. And you and I got invited to go to a Memorial Day party, and I want to go to that party. But to do that, we're not going to be able to go to the Oingo Boingo together, which means that now I'm going alone because he's going to have his kids because he can't swap the kids out for the one day.
Oh, okay. What's wrong
But
with
here's
that?
the thing. If he wanted to swap out the kids, he would. If he wanted to make the time, he does. And that's where my mind is going. It's like I'm going a little crazy. My birthday's next week, or in 2 weeks, June 2nd. So Memorial Day weekend is like the kickoff. So it would have also been nice if he said, you know, listen, let's do something for your birthday. I'm going to swap out. I'm not going to have the kids the whole weekend. We'll do the Oingo Boingo. We'll go to the party. And maybe Sunday night, we'll go and have a really fun night. That's something that you want to do. And instead, he canceled on me. And I'm not going to lie, I'm very hurt.
Look at that.
It's just very sad for me. And I'm very sad inside.
And now she's on the internet crying.
No, nothing. I'm just emotional. Why don't you understand?
Hey guys, look at this. Look at this shit. He should change his whole life around just for me, right?
Just like a woman.
Who are you? You're a 50-something-year-old, dried up, shriveled up broad. And he's probably some freaking gray fox Chad, you know what I'm saying? Out there. You know what I'm saying? She can't even understand that he has to take care of his kids. And guys, she's getting bodied in her comments. 6,672 comments here. Someone says, no, honey, you should never expect him to trade out at his kids. You want a man that puts his kids first. Facts. Someone says, I watched a bunch of your videos. You always whine about guys. Super simple. These guys probably aren't that into you. Facts. Look at that, guys. This 50-year-old chick. I have to, me. I. Look at that. Look at that, guys. And of course, there's some simp. Right? Some
Beta!
You're an intelligent, beautiful, intuitive woman. Please don't waste another nanosecond on this guy.
Beta!
Come on, dude. Guys are hashtags. Hashtag dating over 50. Hashtag this is silly clown world.
What's it like dating in your 50s? I would compare it to pushing your tray down the cafeteria line. You know you gotta pick something, but nothing looks good.
Guys.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
There it is, guys. She acts like she has choice in this. She acts like she has a variety of options. These chicks have no options whatsoever. She thinks that there's all these men coming after her.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
This chick, guys, she has 1,332 comments. Someone says the first comment, or looks good, but you find out he's in multiple cafeterias. Facts. Because, guys, once these chicks are in their 50s, any man who's in his 50s or 60s, who's in shape, attractive, making money, he's just blasting up. You got Gray Fox Shad blasting up all these chicks. This chick says, I can't even find the cafeteria. Another chick says, but the great thing about being in your 50s is that you don't have to pick anything, please. Come on, man. Look at that. Guys, are hashtags. Hashtag over 50 vibes. Hashtag dating over 50. Hashtag mom of 4. Hashtag granny. Hashtag the struggle is real. Look at this turkey neck on this bra. Clown world. Hey, guys. Guys, look at this chick's haircut.
Let's be honest.
Y'all not going to believe this. Let me tell you what's happened. I did finally go meet the guy from the dating app that changed his zip code so that he could match with me and all of that, right? Okay.
Here we go.
All right. So if you haven't seen that video, go back and watch it so that you know what we're talking about. So I met him for coffee, and he agreed that a coffee date would be fine. My thought and his thought was, if it all goes well, maybe we can spend the afternoon together. That was the plan. And he's been very open-minded and very understanding that all of this kind of freaks me out a little bit. He's been very good about all that. Now, he works in the construction industry. And so of course, we video called and all that. We've done that. And I expected in person him to be a pretty, sturdy guy. And he was. He's very muscly and he's very handsome. He cleaned up really nice. He had on a nice pair of slacks and a nice top. And I got on a cute little sundress. Ugh. And we had coffee and we hit it right off, just really flowed with the conversation. Of course, we've been, telephone calls and texting. All that's been good. So while we sat there, he said, what do you want to do next? Because we've been there about 45 minutes or so. We've had our coffee. It's done. The cup's empty. And he said, what would you like to do next? And I said, oh, okay. So I took it as an indication that he was having as good of a time as I was. And he said, what do you want to do? I said, we could go do a little walking tour downtown of the murals. There's another coffee shop down there, or we could go play miniature golf, or, there's lots of little things here in Dothan we can do. And he said, well, what do you want? Let's get something to eat. And I said, oh, okay, sure. So we left there and we went to a sandwich shop and we had a nice sandwich and, a glass of green tea and, all good for a lunch. And again, still enjoying the conversation. The conversation just kind of flowed with us. And so at the end of lunch, he said, well, where do you want to go for dinner? And I thought, we haven't even left this restaurant. He's already talking about another restaurant. Okay. I said, I don't know. I hadn't thought that far ahead, I guess. And he said, well, I'd like to change. He said, out of these slacks, he said, it's hot. And I understand that because it is. It's hot as Hades, right? And so I said, oh, well, I can wait here if you, and I said, you can go out in your truck and get, your pair of shorts and you change in the bathroom. Nobody say anything. And he said, oh, well, I kind of want to wash up and shower and stuff before we go to dinner. I said, well, we wouldn't be going to dinner for a bit. And he said, oh, okay, well, do you want to take my bag back to your place? And I
Look at that, guys. Look at that. 55, 60-year-old Chad, right? He's used to spraying up all these old chicks.
No. I said, where are you staying? And he said, well, I thought I'd stay at your place. I said, no, you're not staying overnight at my house. No. And it just kind of took the air out of the balloon. You know what I mean? And he said, oh, well, I drove 3 hours here. And
Look at that.
Sarcastically, I said, well, it's not like I tricked you and told you I live 5 minutes away.
Look at that.
And he said, oh, no. He said, no, I'm glad that I drove the 3 hours. He said, it's just, I thought I'd stay over. I said, okay, well, great. Where are you staying? And he said, oh, well, I guess I can get a hotel room or something. I said, yeah, you're going to need to either get a hotel room if you're staying or you're going to sleep in your truck because you're not staying at my house. He said, well, we're getting along really well. I said, yes, we are getting along really well. But that doesn't mean that you can come stay at my house. And he said, oh, yeah, no, I understand. But you could tell that he was really taken back by this.
Because he's used to all these 45, 55, 65-year-old desperate chicks, right? Letting him shoot up the walls. You know what I'm saying? And here, and this chick is shocked. She's shocked that some 55-year-old construction Chad would suggest that he's gonna would actually think he's gonna smash when all these other chicks let him smash, and she says,
"How dare you!"
And I'm not saying anything else. I'm not filling in the dead space here at all. I'm just looking at him, and he said, well, maybe we've had a good time. Maybe we'll just wrap it up for the day. And I said, oh, okay. He said, it's a long drive back. I said, yeah. I said, because you could tell with my silence that I was just moments away from giving him the, let me tell you something, Mr. Routine, right?
Please.
And it just changed the whole date because we really were having a nice time and I really was enjoying his company. I don't know what I think about this. Now, if he had mentioned it and was just testing the water, like he already had a room, already said, well, hey, we could go back to your place and take a shower and get all changed up. And when I said no, he said, no, I'm just teasing. I really have a room at the whatever hotel. If he'd just done something like that, just kind of testing the water to see what I'd say, I would have actually gotten a tickle out of it. I'd have got a chuckle out of it. But he wasn't. He was absolutely serious. And I had not thought ahead about, is he staying over or not, because that is not of any concern of mine. And I don't know. I think we're back at ground zero.
Yes, you are.
Maybe not. Maybe yes.
Nope.
I don't know.
Nope. He's done with you. He's done with you. He drove 3 hours, probably bought you a friggin' Subway $5 foot long, and you're not going to give up the walls? He said, you're not going to give it up? Shit.
Where this is going, because I haven't talked to him since then. It's been about an hour
since,
so he ain't even home yet. And he did reassure me that he did not open up another account. He's not been watching my TikTok. He said he totally understood how that would freak me out.
Bullshit.
And I don't know. I think we're back at ground zero, girls.
This chick is clueless, guys. This is the perfect example of why these old, shriveled up broads are delusional. They're delusional, guys. Seriously. She honestly doesn't understand why he would think this, right? Guys, the only guys that are single at 55 and up, I would say 45 and up, are guys that are where their wife has passed on, but that's rare, right? They've had their balls burned in a divorce, so they don't want anything to do with women. Or these, like I said, these 55-year-old Chads and Tyrones, right, that know that they're in demand, that know how desperate 55-year-old chicks are, and that know that if these chicks, oh my God, this guy, he wants to go out with me, he's guaranteed. And this chick's gonna act like she has some leverage, like she has some say, like he's not dialing up some younger chick to smash on the way home. This chick's on drugs. Guys, she has 6,700 comments here. So, someone says, how is it these men think that they're sleeping over on the first date? What the hell? This guy says, because a lot of chicks will do it. And guys, she has a bunch of simps. I love your hair.
Beta!
He done lost his mind. He's never met a sophisticated chick like you.
Beta!
Look at that, guys. Look at that. And guys, her hashtags. You ready? She has a lot of them. She wrote these, not me. Hashtag dating apps. Hashtag dating advice. Hashtag over 50. Hashtag first date. Hashtag single. Hashtag online dating. Hashtag single woman. Hashtag dating. Hashtag dating tip. Hashtag single life. Clown world.
I have identified what, it's taken me years to identify what I think is the most complicated thing about dating at my age of 57.
57.
Coming off of a 20 plus year marriage. I've been dating 6.5 years. It has taken me about that long to figure out what the problem is. And it's this.
It's in the mirror, you goof.
How in the world and where in the world do I begin to explain my life's journey? And where does he begin? We're in our 50s and we've been on this planet for more than 20,000 days. I want to know everything, but how do I know everything? And how do I explain everything? My wins, my losses, my disappointments, my victories, the moments in my life that I'll never forget, and the moments in my life that I want to forget. How that just seems so daunting to me. And as I start to realize that this is a major hurdle for me, I do think that subconsciously that it derails opportunities for me to find a long-term relationship. Please share your thoughts.
Guys, this chick actually thought she said something deep, right? Isn't it amazing how these chicks can talk and say all these words and not say anything at all? Right? Guys, why? Why can't they just speak in plain sentences?
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Clown world. She spent, was it a minute and 37 seconds not saying anything? Hey guys, look at how complicated this is. This is why you don't date old chicks. You date a 25-year-old, 23-year-old, 30-year-old, right? They're nowhere near this complicated with a turkey neck. Guys, just blabbing and blabbing and blabbing. What is she talking about, guys? Clown world. Hey guys, just 1,300 comments here. All these chicks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all of them, they're basically saying, why bother? It's a tough road. And guys, she was married for 20-something years and got divorced. Why would you get divorced after that long? Stupid. And be out here trying to date dunderhead. And now, guys, I guarantee she's been out here, right? Riding that carousel, letting that one or two, a Gray Fox Chad, Gray Fox Tyrone, shoot up the club, right? And now she's looking in the mirror saying, damn, I should have never got divorced. But her ego's saying,
You can't handle the truth.
Clown world. Guys, her hashtags, hashtag single, hashtag relationship, hashtag love, clown world. Guys, is this a woman, right?
I'm not here to talk about my transition. I'm here to kick some ass.
Well, you can't call me a quitter. Here I go again. Wish me luck. If you know, you know.
Look at that, guys. Guys, come on. I think... And guys, she has 104 comments here, guys. And the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they're all simps. They're all simps, guys. Well, any woman with eyes and a smile like yours would drop any man down to one knee. Look at that, guys.
Beta.
Look at that. Love your hair. You're so beautiful.
Beta.
Damn. All these simps. Look at that. Good luck. You can give me a call.
Beta!
Guys, all these simps in her comments. Guys, are hashtags. Hashtag dating life. Hashtag dating in your 50s. Hashtag I'm no quitter. Hashtag first dates. Hashtag single at 50. Clown world.
50 years old, single, I'm dating. Found nothing but lying assholes. Very confusing because I am a freaking delight.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
To be around. Delightful. About to become an asshole. 50.
Look at that, guys. Look at that. Turkey neck. Attitude. Guys. You know, all you young guys, man, they're all trying to be cougars now, so they're all yours. Hey, guys, I'm not going to even get into all the simps in her comments, too, right? But, guys, I'm going to be an a-hole, right? Come on.
Beta female!
Shut up, right? Guys, her hashtags. Look at this. Hashtag man up. Hashtag be honest. Hashtag your loss.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Hashtag I'm a freaking delight. Hashtag dating over 50. Clown world. Guys, this is the worst type of these 55-year-old chicks. This chick, she obviously smashed straight into the wall, right? And she does all this makeup and tries to do the latest TikTok trends, has these filters on, right? And actually thinks that she's somewhat competitive because she's a little bit better looking than all the rest of the shriveled up harpies, right? Well, look at how delusional this chick sounds.
Dating over 50 story time. So I always heard dating coaches say this: you should date multiple guys at the same time. And I'm like, wait, how is that going to work? Like, I don't know if I can do that. Well, I'm here to tell you I've been dating 2 guys and I'm dating them at the same time. And it's actually really cool because what you can do is you can compare and contrast. Now, let me back up a second and preface this by saying, no, I'm not sleeping with these guys. In fact, I haven't even kissed either one of them.
So you're not dating, you absolute knucklehead. This chick. Stupid.
And in fact, I've only been out with these guys once each. And
Look at
I
that.
have a second date planned with both of them.
But she
one of
said
them
dating.
This Thursday night and one of them this Friday night. And I will say one of them is in the lead, like so much in the lead, it's not even funny. So if you're a guy and you're wondering, like, what does it take to like win a girl over? I'm going to be sharing what the guy in the lead has done. And then I'm also going to be sharing what the other guy has not been doing and why he is like, you know, lagging behind. So the guy.
Because he doesn't care. Guys, let's pump the brakes right here, okay? And then I'll let this play. But guys, does she honestly think that both these guys are trying to do anything other than smash? And that they're thinking about her? They obviously live rent-free in her head, but do you think these guys are thinking about her? Come on now.
Guy in the lead, here's why he's in the lead, because he has communicated with me regularly, meaning every single day he has either texted me or called me since the date leading up to date number 2. It isn't excessive. It is just very genuine and sincere. He's funny. He's made me laugh. Like, we've had 2 phone conversations, so it's not like overdone or anything. So I'm getting to know him. He seems really kind. He sends me, you know, pictures, and I just love that. Also, here's a little thing. One of the times he had texted me, he was actually out of town. He went on this hunting trip. His name is Mr. Yellowstone, by the way. I'm going to call him Mr. Yellowstone, but because he literally looks like he could be picked out from that TV show. He definitely has like Kevin Costner vibes or whatever. But so we'll call him Mr. Yellowstone. He took like 6 hours to respond to one of my texts. And I did get a little anxious and like, oh my gosh, does this mean like he doesn't like me? And then I'm like, hello, you got to remind yourself, that's not what this is about. Like, if this guy is for me, it will easily and effortlessly work out. God will bless it. If this guy is not for me, then hey, remove him from my life as soon as possible. That's always the prayer I say. But when I did feel this anxiety, I did say that prayer, but I was still kind of feeling it. So the next, and he actually did text and was like, hey, sorry, I got stuck behind a mountain, like blah, blah. And it was legit because he sent me photos. Like, I believe him. I don't have any reason to like not trust him or anything. I mean, I know I don't know him that well yet, so I realized that, y'all, right? But I told him the next morning, like, instead of playing it cool and acting like I didn't care, what I said to him was, hey, it kind of made me feel anxious when it took you longer than usual to respond. And I just want you to know that I really value consistent communication. So hopefully, you know, moving forward, you know, that's what will continue to happen because you have been so good about communicating with me consistently. And I did that for two reasons. One, because I'm an adult and I want to share my feelings with another adult if I'm uncomfortable, right? Like that's the mature, emotionally intelligent thing to do. Number two, I did it because I wanted to see what his response would be. Because the way he responds is going to tell me a lot about this man. And the way he responded was amazing. He was so kind. He was like, oh my gosh, Heather, thank you so much for being so open and honest with your feelings and your thoughts. Like you seem like you're very intelligent and open. Like he just complimented me and it was awesome. And he called me that night. And since then, he's been even more like responsive and communicative, even though he was plenty responsive and communicative before. But anyway, so he has really stepped up and he's amazing and he is winning the race. And I like this guy, Mr. Yellowstone, a lot more than guy number 2. And we're going to name him Mr. Tennis Guy because he wants to play tennis with me on our second date. And I'm not so sure I want to do that. And here's why I don't really think I really like this guy. It's because we had our first date. It was like an hour and 15 minutes. It was quick because he had somewhere to be, which was great because I didn't want to hang out with him all night anyway. There weren't like these big sparks, but he does seem like a nice guy. He texted me that night. I think he texted me the next day, and then I didn't hear from him for like 5 days. Then he texted me like, hey, do you want to go out next week? I'm going out of town. How about next Thursday? And I was like, sure. And so he's like, okay, great. Well, I'm actually going to A&M this weekend, so I will send you some photos. And I was like, perfect. I would love some photos from A&M. Like, have a great time. That was Friday. It is now Tuesday. He never sent me any photos from A&M, never even sent me one text from A&M. Didn't hear from the guy till this morning. And he said, hey, happy Tuesday. Hopefully we can still go out Thursday night. Would you be up for playing tennis and then going to dinner? So because he didn't do what he said he's going to do, because men, that's the number one thing, at least that's the number one thing I'm looking for. I'm looking for a man to do what he says he's going to do, AKA I want his actions to match his words. So I know it doesn't seem like a big deal, like, oh, he told me he'd send me photos from A&M and he didn't. But guess what? That's him telling me something that he's going to do and he didn't do it. So I don't have trust for that guy. So honestly, I don't know if I want to go out with him again tomorrow night. We'll see. I don't know. I still haven't decided. What do you think? Leave me a comment down below and let me know if you think I should go out with that guy tomorrow night or not. And I'm definitely going to go out with Mr. Yellowstone on Friday.
I'm done, guys. Okay, guys, if you don't think that she's going to end up having sex with a tennis guy who's unreliable,
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
of course she's going to go for the tennis guy. Right? Because he's unreliable. He doesn't keep his word. He's probably an ass, right? He has stuff to do, so he's neglecting her emotions, right? And those are the types of guys chicks want. Like I said, he's a great Chad, right? He's like, I ain't got time for you. Hey, you want to go out? Oh, snap. I was out banging other chicks and, doing other things. I'll just text this chick at like 3 o'clock in the morning. The fact that she answers his text shows that she's more interested in the unreliable guy, right? You know what I'm saying? Because she's a chick, right? Chicks don't like nice guys. And guys, look at this chick here. I want to be the center of attention. I want him to talk to me. I. This chick is 50 years old. What are you talking about? She's talking like she's 22 or 23. This is why these knuckleheads are so pathetic, guys. This chick she's in her mid-50s. And she said they're dating, guys. She's been on one date with these guys. And she's put this much thought into these guys. Look at that, guys. These two dudes live rent-free in her head.
Just like a woman.
They haven't kissed. They haven't smashed. Right? She said she's dating two guys. Guys, rate the Delulu level of this chick.
It's over 9,000!
Clown world. The first comment, this chick says, man, this sounds exhausting. Hey guys, I'm telling you guys, she's gonna end up banging the other guy. Because the other guy, okay, oh, you want me to communicate and send pictures of my entire life and kowtow to you and bend to your very will?
Beta!
Come on, dude. And this chick?
Beta female!
Clown world. Guys, are hashtags. You ready? Hashtag date night, hashtag dating advice, hashtag dating story time, hashtag dating over 50 clown world. God damn. This... Yo, this chick, this is a hard knock life. Look at this. Look at this chick right here. Man, oh man.
Hi. So this is my second video for TikTok. And I've gotten on the side of TikTok where the dating scene, over 50. I'm 56 years old. I've been in the dating scene about 9 years.
That's a rough 56.
And I have stories. I got lots of stories. But one thing I see on here with these women dating is they sit through these disrespectful dates. So they're videotaping this guy being so disrespectful. Why are you staying? First of all, why are you going to dinner? No, there's no dinner. You meet for a drink or a coffee. You can be, oh, that was good, huh? You could be out of there in a half an hour, 45 minutes. Okay.
Jesus.
Okay, well, it's just going to stay there. So stop sitting through these disrespectful dates. Yeah, you want to videotape part of it? Fine. But get up and leave. No free meal is worth that. I've gotten up and left many a dates. One example is I got to the restaurant. I went and had dinner against my better judgment. Got to the restaurant and met him in the parking lot. I was staying in my car. And then I see him pull up. I knew as soon as he got pulled up by his truck that this wasn't going anywhere.
What?
And then he got out of his truck and I saw the way he was dressed. Again, knew it wasn't going to go anywhere. Why'd I even go in? Who knows? So I go in the restaurant, we sit down, and I knew I wasn't going to stay. He immediately starts telling me that he's so disappointed that I own my own home. I own my own home. And he was disappointed in that because he expected me to move into his family farmhouse. So he kept saying it. And I said, I'm not moving into your family farmhouse. I said, this is the first time I'm laying eyes on you and you want me to move into your house? Oh, yes. He says, yeah. I've remodeled the whole thing and all this stuff. So the waitress comes and I said, I'll have a glass of water. He says, you're not going to eat? And I said, nope. He says, really? Get whatever you want. I said, a glass of water will be fine. She brings his salad and, breadsticks and stuff. And
he go to the Olive Garden?
Keeps going on about his house. Never asked me a word. Never asked me a single question. And he just sat there looking at me like he wanted me to respond. And I already knew I was leaving. So I just looked at him. I never said a word. I got my purse. I got up and I walked out. Went to my car and I left. Why? Why sit there and put yourself through that? That's just one story. I have many. Stay tuned.
Oh yeah, you really showed him, right? Sounds like he dodged a bullet, dude. Right? And guys, look at this chick. Guys, like I said, rate the delusion level.
It's over 9,000!
Right? How many guys are running to date this chick? You know what I'm saying? This chick's like, oh my God, you guys have this and that. And here's the thing. Hey, knucklehead. Why did you even, if you saw his truck and how we got it, why did you even sit down with him is because, guys, she wants attention. She's trying to tell other women, why even sit through these dates? When she was the one doing something that's against her own advice. Guys, these chicks are cooked. They're cooked. And then other videos, it's going to be, where have all the good men gone? Guys, this chick's in her 50s. What is she talking about? They are cooked. Absolutely insane. Guys, are hashtags. Hashtag dating over 50. Hashtag bad date story. And guys, here's the thing. They say beggars can't be choosers. This chick is acting like, oh, I just shouldn't go on a date with him, please. And guys, this whole story is cap. I'll take things that didn't happen for $500, Alex. Are you trying to tell me, oh, I'm going to move you into my house? You guys honestly believe that? Come on.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
That's cap. Clown world. Guys, I know. No, I know. I have to translate, guys.
We now can banva podo.
Oh, guys, where's the race card? We gotta break this bad boy out, too. There we go.
Hey, y'all, hey, it's your auntie, it's your anointed girl. Listen,
anointed
I
girl?
want to say to my young ladies out here who are out here dating in these streets, be encouraged, because it can be discouraging. With that being said, let's get to my second date that I had with a different dude. So I was like, okay, let me try some of these apps, because I met my other husband on a dating app and we had got married. So I was like, let me go back to the apps and see how the apps are apping. Well, lo and behold, to me, they're not. This is the land of the weird, the crazy, the cuckoo, the perverted, the freaky, and the weird. I was not aware of this. So I just decided to just let me find out for myself, per se. So in finding out for myself, I will say this. Is it normal that this is going on, sisters? Please get into the comments and let me know. For brothers to, I don't know, get your information and then maybe call you or text you and then don't anymore.
Oh, look at that. She's getting ghosted. Look at that. Look at that. So she said multiple gray Tyrones, right, have ghosted her, right? And she's thinking it's their fault. It seems like you're the only common denominator here, but guys, look at that. This chick is over 50, and now she can't stand the fact that she's the one getting ghosted.
Beta female.
Ghosting is what it's called. I do believe I've been ghosted before back in the days, but with the matter of swiftness is incredible to me. Also, with the first 5 minutes of conversation, I'd like to see you naked.
Ugh.
No, we're not. I'm not doing that. I don't know you, boo boo, and I don't know that I want to see you. Is this the conversation we're having? And this right here is the kicker, the bing, the bang, the bong. I need y'all to explain. I need answers.
I gotta stop this, guys. These glasses. She's like 800 pounds, and her fingers look like sausage links. How down bad do you have to be? Right? Come on.
I need answers right away. I want to know, why is it that the brothers, I'm talking 41, 45, 47, I'm 51, 58, when you get on the phone with them, they go into a whole long detailed conversation about people you don't know. And I mean 20 minutes of conversation, 30 minutes of conversation. But like we just old friends, we done picked up the phone and started talking about Aunt Ray Ray's big toe, little Shay Shay's jail time, and little Ron stealing. First of all, who these people? I don't know them. Why are we discussing them? How about you say, how are you doing? How was your day? How's everything going? Not just bros. If y'all are catching this, don't lead into a middle of a conversation like that. That right there, you're not going to get any more conversations. At least you're not from me. You're not going to get any. any conversations, any dates, anything, I'm going to be sitting there looking at the phone like this. No, that's not how we carry on a conversation. And I would think, ladies, at this age, they would know how to carry on a conversation. But slide in my comments and let me know, is this happening to y'all too?
There you go, guys. There you go, and guys. These are the chicks who want. I want a man to open up to me. They have a Generation X, millennials. I want a man to open up to me. I want a man who will talk to me. A man who will talk about his problems. Well, now you got him. Now you got all these guys, right, getting on your phone when they barely met you, yapping about all this stuff. See, she wants to do the talking. She wants a stoic guy who will sit there and listen to her yak. But now you got all the whole generation of
Beta.
raised by single moms, right? And all they do is talk about themselves just like a chick. Congratulations, right?
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Look at that, guys. Look at that. Guys, she has 38 comments here. This chick says, sis, that's a new form of dating. They're doing this regardless of the age. Girl says, girl, I could have told you that. Look at that. Man, oh man, guys. And guys, she says that someone asked her nudes, guys. Come on, guys.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Let's be honest, right? Guys, her hashtag, she's got a lot. She put him here, not me. Hashtag over 50 dating. Hashtag over 50 and fabulous.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Hashtag over 50 on TikTok. Hashtag over 50 and dating. Hashtag over 50 club. Hashtag dating over 50. Hashtag dating in your late 40s. Guys, these chicks are a cooked clown world.
I would love for you to address for us 50 plus girls that real experience of lack of emotional availability, maturity, and inflexibility experienced in older men, and reinforce that the struggle is real. Shit, not only is the struggle real, the struggle has always been here. As a matter of fact, the dating experience that we're experiencing is better than it's ever been before us. And that's a hard pill to swallow. Can you imagine what the women went through before us? Because up until 50 years ago, women had no economic freedom. They had no choice but to marry. And very few of them married for love. So women 50 years old and below are the first generation of women to experience economic freedom and financial freedom, where they have a choice, whether they actually want to get married or not. And ironically, we actually have better pick of the crop than before.
Please.
Because as women have evolved to become financially independent, some of the men have had to evolve to offer more than just money. But I think it's going to take another 50 to 100 years for all the men to catch up, because they have to offer us more than money now that we can make our own money and get loans and credit cards and get business loans. Men have to offer emotional intelligence now if they want a relationship with a healthy woman. But the options are better now than they've ever been before, which
This
doesn't
chick is
say
on drugs,
much.
man.
Now, I think a lot of the men of millennials and Gen Z are catching on, and I see a lot of them really becoming emotionally intelligent. But it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. So unfortunately, there are still a lot of men age 40 and above who just aren't getting it. The struggle is real, and that's why it's super important for us to decenter romantic love from our life while simultaneously being open and receptive to it. And that's a hard balance to strike. We have to create a life that we absolutely love, that we find fulfillment and purpose in, with no guarantee that we'll ever find romantic love and the partner and companion that we want. But at the same time, we have to still allow room for the possibility that it might happen. And we have to also choose our hard. Being alone can be very hard, and being in a relationship can also be very hard, because you're imperfect and people are imperfect, and most of the time we want what we don't have. But the struggle is real, girl. I would love for you to
There you go, guys. Guys, this chick, she needs to be charged, right? Because she's the biggest copium dealer I've ever seen, right? She's moving those keys, those bricks of copium, right? Slanging it in these streets. Guys, women didn't date back in the day because dating is dumb. They got off the market and stayed off the market. This chick, she's doubling down. She's out here in her 50s whining and moaning. You guys might have seen her before on My Divorced Hallucinal Broads, right? She was talking about how hard that dating was, that no one showed up to her singles events, blah, blah. But she's telling girls to double down. Oh, we have it better now than ever before. Absolute clown world.
Beta female.
What are you talking about? All these chicks have no options, so they have to double down and say, oh, wow, we're doing it. Guys, all these chicks, she's saying chicks are better off now. Chicks are more unhappy. They're on antidepressants. I think they had a thing. It's like childless unmarried chicks that are between the ages of like 28 and 39. Half are on anti-psych meds. Antidepressants on psych meds. Look at that, guys. What are you talking about? The delusion, guys. The delusion. Women have bank accounts. We're strong and independent.
I am woman, hear me roar, in numbers too big to ignore.
It's all cap. It's all clown world. Guys, I'm not going to even read this knucklehead's comments, guys, because it's all foolishness on TikTok, right? Guys, her hashtag. She put them here, not me. Hashtag dating advice. Hashtag dating over 50. Hashtag dating over 60. Hashtag emotional intelligence. Hashtag women's empowerment, right? Hashtag women over 50. Hashtag women over 60. Hashtag financial freedom. Guys, that's another thing. Women nowadays, they don't know what emotional intelligence means. Stoicism is emotional intelligence. Because us men, we can't be emotional. We can't be impulsive or bad things happen, right? If a man acted on all his anger all the time, guys, he would be all the time, right? These chicks have co-opted this word, this term, emotional intelligence. They have no clue what the hell it means. And then they want guys to be more emotional, then they hate those types of guys. All right, you guys, this is AJ. I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, guys. I'm out of here. Have a good one, guys. Take it easy.